Hi, I'm Kayleen. I recently just posted a picture on Instagram, and I lost 60 pounds. So I posted the picture, and a lot of people are asking me, how did I lose the 60 pounds? I still have 30 more pounds to lose. So they were also asking me, like, how I'm going to keep going. If I used any programs, if I did it all naturally, how I lost it pretty much. So I guess I'll just get right into this video because I don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just gonna jump right in. I'm not very good at introductions or anything like that. So a little bit about me. I am married. I've been married. We're gonna hit our 3-year mark. I have a son and we have 2 dogs, and that completes our family for now. We love anything to do with the outdoors. And yeah, that's just a little bit about me. So I guess I'll just start off by saying I haven't always needed to lose a lot of weight. I've been, like in high school, I was always in sports. I really loved CrossFit. I liked to go running. I played basketball, a little bit of softball, and I grew up with 6 brothers, so there was just always like sports being played in our house. All of us played basketball, and then my brothers played like football. And so for the most part, I've always been active. My 2nd year of being married, we had moved about 4 times, and we decided to buy a fixer-upper. And around that time, I had just gotten off of my birth control, and the birth control made me gain probably, I'm guessing, I don't know my starting weight, so I'm just guessing it made me gain probably like 35 pounds. So I was trying to work that off, and then we bought this fixer-upper that we're living in now, and the day that we signed on the fixer-upper, we found out that we were pregnant with our son. So I'm guessing with the birth control and the stress of being pregnant, I had just started a job, a full-time job, and then we were working on the house full-time as well. I'm guessing with all the stress going into it, I was not eating healthy. I kind of threw everything that I thought I knew about health and nutrition, just kind of went out the window, and I ended up gaining about 100 pounds, I think, altogether. I'm gonna try to get the exact weight from my doctor to see like my starting weight and then my ending weight. So I did lose 23 pounds after I left the hospital, but the 62 pounds that I've lost altogether is not from that. So that's not counting that. Again, I don't know how much I weighed before I went in. Start of September to now, I've lost 62 pounds. That's when I decided to start you know, like losing weight and getting back to my, just getting back into shape. I decided, I think my son was about almost 4 months when I decided that I was going to start working out, and really start, like focusing on my health. Around that time, my aunt was doing Optavia, and so she offered me, the program. And I did do Optavia for a month. So I did try the Optavia diet. I did lose 19 pounds on it. But for the majority of my weight loss, I just did my own thing. And so from the beginning of September, I started Insanity. I could barely do, like, I could finish the workout, but, for example, there's one disc in there that does multiple exercises for a minute each, and I would have to probably take like 2 or 3 breaks with each minute. And so I was super sore from my surgery, still really swollen. I'm still swollen, but I was just, I just remember like the first day that I worked out, I was working out with my husband, and it was awful. We were just laughing the whole time. I could barely do it. Like, I think we were both just laughing at me because it was just so pathetic, like how little I could do. But I was still gonna do it, and I still worked through it, and I'm really glad that I did. And that's working. It's a really high intensity workout from home, and it's definitely kicking my butt. So I did start off by doing Insanity, and I'm still doing Insanity. I don't go to a gym right now. I'm hoping to make it to a gym soon. Would start off by just like watching my sugar. I cut out sodas. I cut out like processed foods and like refined sugar. And then other than that, I didn't do much. I just thought, well, you know, in high school, like I worked out a lot and then kind of ate whatever I wanted, but just made sure that it was relatively healthy. So I figured that's all I needed to do. But at a point, I stopped losing weight and I just started maintaining. So I had to really look into what I was consuming throughout the day. So the very first thing that I did food-wise was I downloaded the Lifesum app. It's spelled Lyf. So I did download the Lifesum app. And that pretty much counts your macros for you. It rates your food for you. So all I would do is, it has a scanner so you can scan each food individually, and then it'll count the macros for you, and then it'll rate it. So it'll tell you like on a scale with smiley faces like how healthy your meal was for that day. And it helped me a lot because there was lots of different foods that I was eating that I didn't realize that I thought were relatively healthy. They were pretty healthy, but they weren't the best option. So that really helped me decide like where I wanted to, like how I wanted to spend my macros. So I watched my fat intake, I watched my carb intake, and I also watched my protein intake. And that helped a whole lot. So just tracking my food helped me realize how much I was eating during the day. And it was also showing me like what I was intaking was more than what I was so pretty much what I was intaking and what I would work off just equaled each other out, canceled each other out. And so I ended up maintaining. That's why I started to maintain, was because what I was working off didn't stay off. I was pretty much eating it after. So once I started to track everything and deciding like what would be worth the calories, I guess you would say. And I just want to say, like, I was counting everything. I was, you know, taking care of my body and like being strict. And the first, I want to say 2-3 months, I did not cheat at all. I didn't have a cheat day. I didn't have a cheat meal. I did not mess around because I still have a lot of weight to lose, but I had so much weight to lose at that point that I did not want to give in to any cravings or anything like that, because I mean, I wanted it really bad. I wanted to get healthy again. I want to be able to take my son and take him out and play with him in the park and just keep up with him, because he's a really active kid. He's only 7 months old, but he is crazy and he's a lot, and I just needed to be healthy to be able to be there for him. Like, I do want to say I did not cheat for about 3 months. When I hit the 3-month point, I kind of was a little bit more lenient. I felt like, you know what, I'm making this into a lifestyle, so I need to be able to enjoy myself and go out and prove to myself that I can enjoy myself, have some ice cream, or have something that just what everybody else was having. I wanted to be able to prove to myself that I could do that, but still lose my weight and still maintain everything. So I do have cheat days. I do have cheat meals. I definitely do. And I'm still losing the weight, because everything in moderation it's healthy. And the biggest thing that I could ever tell anybody that is trying to lose weight is to always listen to your body and to be very aware of how you're feeling, how certain foods, how lack of sleep, how exercise is making you feel. So just from the get-go of the whole losing weight process, like, listening to my body has been the most important thing. Staying super strict on what I would and would not eat, really helped me like focus on which foods gave me energy and which foods made me feel sluggish. So for example, whenever I ate more organic and wholesome foods, I felt like I could get through my day a lot better and more proficient than the days that I started off eating like a soda to start off my day, and then if I had like McDonald's or something, I just feel sluggish, and about an hour after eating the McDonald's, I would have to take a nap. So just listening to your body that way really plays into effect. But it also plays into effect, like, if you're going really good for a stretch of time, like say for a whole week, you didn't, sneak into anything that you shouldn't have. Like, you didn't have a cookie throughout the week, you didn't have a soda or this or that. At some point, you're gonna need to be able to have that little cheat that's gonna, get you to keep going. So I think the thing that made such a big difference for me was when I finally let myself have that cheat meal, or like have a day where I just didn't track anything, and I just kind of, not necessarily everything that I wanted, because I love junk food. My husband really likes junk food. He's really into Taco Bell, he's just into all of the really unhealthy foods. So those are always in my house, no matter how hard I try to get them out. So it really made a difference for me to be able to tell myself that, yes, I can have, I can go and get some Taco Bell, and I can be fine, and I can be done. And I didn't overeat. I definitely didn't binge eat. But if I just had that little thing, it kind of gave me a step up. And I didn't beat myself up after eating it thinking, oh man, I shouldn't have had that. I was doing so good. Well, the rest of my days, messed up, so I might as well just eat like crap the rest of the day. Because I used to do that, like, so bad. When I first, like, back when I was taking the birth control and everything, and I would go really good for like 1 or 2 days, and then I would go out to eat with my husband, and I would get like fries, like garlic fries from Red Robin, and then I would get a Coke, and then I'd get a hamburger, and then I would be like, well, I might as well just have a shake because I had all those calories. And then I got home and I was feeling some, snacky a few hours later, and it was like, oh, well, I might as well just eat this candy bar because I just wasted all the rest of my day. So as soon as I like came to the realization that yes, you can have a cheat meal, or yes, you can have a day where you just didn't like track things, wake up the next day and realize that, okay, it's a new day, it's a new start, and I'm going to stick to my guns, and I'm really going to take care of myself. Like, it doesn't matter that I cheated, or that I don't even want to call it a cheat, because at some point it's not a cheat. At some point it's a reward. I know, like, you don't want to binge eat, you don't want to reward yourself like time after time with food, or with, like cupcakes, candy, all that stuff. You don't want to do that because you are going to gain weight. But you can reward yourself with food every now and then. Like, it is totally fine, totally doable. I've done it, and I've lost 62 pounds, and I'm going to keep doing it with the next 30, and I've lost my 62 pounds within 5 months. So I would say that, you know what, it's okay to sneak a cookie every now and then. But that's only every now and then. It's not every day. One cookie throughout the week, one meal throughout the week, that's not going to throw off your weight loss. It's just not. It might slow down your progress depending on how much you've ate or whatever. But my advice for after doing that, drink lots of water, get it out of your system, reboot and restart, and keep going. So you just have to tell yourself, and what I have to tell myself all the time is, it's a new day, I'm going to do better, and I'm going to keep going. Because as soon as I had that realization that, crap, I've done this, I might as well do this. Oh, well, I've already done that, so I'm going to do that. As soon as I had the realization that I had to stop that and move forward with progress, that's when I started to lose the weight. So I am totally for cheat days. I am totally for, you know, little pick-me-ups every now and then, especially through stressful times. Sometimes you have to have, you know, a treat. So treat yourself, but definitely treat yourself with other things too. So it was kind of fun to be able to throw away all my big clothes. I still have a few clothes, but for the most part they were maternity clothes, so I kept a big chunk of them. But there's some clothes that I bought that I don't need anymore because I lost the weight. So it was kind of rewarding to be able to throw those clothes away and not think about having to wear them, or to be able to like go and buy a new shirt or go buy some new pants. So all in all, the secret to my 62-pound weight loss was exercise, drinking lots of water. I forgot to mention that, but drinking lots of water, treating myself in moderation, and then also just tracking my foods. You don't ever realize how much you're eating if you're not tracking it, and if you're not paying attention to what you're eating. You really don't realize it. There was one day where my husband had, I want to say he had like 42 pizza rolls for breakfast. And I tracked what I was eating, and I had, I'm trying to think, I want to say I was on the Optavia diet when I did this, and so every bar has like 110 calories. And I want to say I had 5 Optavia bars that equaled how many calories he ate in just one sitting of the 52 or 42 or whatever pizza rolls. And like putting that into perspective was huge, because it was like, oh my gosh, you had that in 1 hour, and throughout the like 5 hours I've had 5 different bars. No, it was probably more than 5 hours. Oh my gosh, it was probably like 8 hours or something. But anyway, you know, like I just saw like how I was spending my calories and how my husband was spending my calories. That made a huge difference too. So it's also nice to be able to like put that in perspective too for when you're trying to lose weight. So there are days where it's really hard. You have to talk yourself through it, and you have to figure out what's going to get you there. I had to write down, there was one thing that they did teach me in the Optavia diet is you want to write down your reason why. And so my reason why that I have hanging up on my fridge is I want to be the picture of health for my son. And that doesn't mean anything by any means to anyone else. I want him to look up to me and think, wow, my mom's really healthy. She really takes good care of her body, and at some point be a motivation for him if he needed it. So I definitely want him to be able to look up to me. I want to be able to teach him and help him gain knowledge on just a healthy lifestyle and that. So that was my reason why. That's how I've lost the 62 pounds. It really, in the whole scheme of it all, it really wasn't that hard once I realized that I'm making a lifestyle change for the better. I feel much better. I look a lot better. I do just want to make a little shout out to my husband, because when I was super overweight, super unhealthy, just so unhappy, he told me every single day how beautiful I was and how much he loved me, and that made a huge difference. So surrounding yourself with people who encourage you and just let you know that you're still beautiful no matter what are really, really important. But also you want to surround yourself with people who are going to like really encourage you and like hype you up when you're working out. Every time my husband came home and I was doing my workout, he would just make it fun and exciting and just tell me like he still does it, and he'll text me, or he'll put 2 pictures side by side and just tell me how proud he is of how hard I'm working. So you just want to make sure that you have someone there or people around you that are going to be just as excited and want that much progress for yourself, because that's going to help you get through those hard days. You're not going to, I mean, for me at least, I didn't have someone there to like really like crack down on me if I, you know, had a couple days, like especially during Christmas time. I didn't have someone there to be like, what are you doing? Don't eat that. You've already had this. Like, I didn't have that. So there are going to be times where you're going to have to be mentally strong and get through the days where you're just kind of like, didn't get enough sleep, you feel like crap, and you just want to eat all the junk food in the world. You're definitely going to have to be mentally strong on those days. But if you get through it and you just keep looking at the big picture, if you take progress pictures, it's going to be worth it, because you're going to look, you know, at your progress and be like, you know what, I really want to do better. I want to look better. I want to feel better. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. I'm really excited. I think these 30 pounds are going to come off just as fast as the last 62. I'm really proud of myself for doing it naturally, and I'm not saying that for anybody who has to or wants to go on a plan, because I definitely think whatever is going to get you to your goal is what you should do, but to do it this way, definitely I'm proud of myself for that, because it wasn't the easiest option for me, and it was something that I had to prove to myself that I could do. So I'm really excited that I've done it. I'm gonna keep tracking my progress. I want to be able to look back on my progress and see. One of my biggest regrets throughout this whole thing is I didn't document it at all. You know, we moved into a fixer-upper that had lots of things that needed to be done with it. We had to redo floors, walls, we've had to paint, we've had to put tile in, we've had to put hardwood flooring in, like all these things. I've lost 62 pounds. There's just so much that I didn't document that I'm really regretting now. So anyways, I think I will be making more videos. I'm gonna do Mondays and Fridays will be the days that I upload my videos. And I'm on Instagram every day. So I'm gonna keep going, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what I'm gonna look like, how I'm gonna feel, where we're gonna be at in the next 30 pounds, because I'm sure it's gonna take a couple months, but I am just super pumped and really excited to be at this part of my life, because 5 months ago, if someone were to ask me if I was happy or excited, I would have said I'm really blessed to have my son, but that's about it, because I don't feel good. So I am so excited. Again, I can't say that enough, how excited I am for getting to this part, because that was, I mean, it was so hard to get started and to keep going. And it's just been really great. So, I do want to say thank you to everybody who has supported me, who has cheered me on. It has made the world a difference. So thank you.